The tribal chief just looked Jacob Fatu dead in the eyes and reminded him exactly where he stands. If this is your first time joining us, I encourage you to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to always get updates. Because what Roman Reigns just said to Jacob Fatu behind closed doors is the kind of power move that is going to split the entire WWE locker room right down the middle. And nobody is talking about this the way they should be. Let's be very clear about something before we go any further. Jacob Fatu is a beast. The man has destroyed everything in his path since the moment he set foot in WWE. He has thrown bodies across rings, dismantled opponents with a ferocity that even the most seasoned veterans in this business have never seen before. He is a generational talent, a walking weapon, a force of absolute nature. And Roman Reigns, the head of the table, the tribal chief, the man who ran SmackDown with an iron fist for over 4 years, just grabbed all of that and put it in a box. He looked at Jacob Fatu, a man feared by everyone in that locker room, and told him in no uncertain terms, "You're my dog. You do as I say." Let that sink in. Now here is where it gets absolutely explosive. And this is the part that has people inside WWE deeply uncomfortable. Jacob Fatu did not immediately walk away. He did not flip the table. He did not throw hands. He stood there. And that moment of hesitation, that single second where one of the most dangerous men alive just absorbed those words from Roman Reigns, tells you everything you need to know about the psychological grip the tribal chief still holds over the Anoa'i family bloodline. This is not just a wrestling storyline anymore. This has become something far more primal, far more personal. And the fallout from it is going to reshape the entire landscape of WWE in ways that fans are not yet prepared for. How many members of the Anoa'i family have held a world championship in WWE history? Drop your answer below. Let's see who really knows their bloodline history.
Now, let's break this down to the bone, because there are layers here that the mainstream wrestling media is completely missing. Roman Reigns did not say those words to Jacob Fatu out of arrogance alone. This was a calculated, surgical power play, and it tells us exactly where Roman's head is at right now following everything that went down at Clash and Castle. Roman came back. He acknowledged Solo Sakoa. He walked back into that bloodline picture with a calm that was almost terrifying. But make no mistake, Roman Reigns did not return to share power. He returned to reclaim it. Every single person in that faction, every single person in that locker room, every single person watching from home needs to understand that when Roman walks through that curtain, there is only one head of the table, one voice, one law. And Jacob Fatu just learned that the hard way. Here is what nobody wants to say out loud, but everybody backstage is whispering. Jacob Fatu has been quietly building his own identity within the bloodline. The fans have noticed it, the producers have noticed it, and most dangerously of all, Roman Reigns has noticed it. Fatu's connection with the crowd, his explosive in-ring presence, the organic reactions he has been generating week after week, all of that was starting to position him as something more than just an enforcer. He was starting to look like a future leader, a man who might one day sit at the head of that table himself. And Roman Reigns absolutely, positively cannot let that happen. This is why those words, "You're my dog, you do as I say," are so much more devastating than they appear on the surface. Roman was not just asserting dominance in a moment of frustration. He was drawing a line. He was making it crystal clear to Fatu, to the rest of the bloodline, and to every single person watching that there was a ceiling in this faction, and Jacob Fatu has just hit it. You can be powerful, you can be feared, you can be the most physically dominant man in the entire roster, but you will never be Roman Reigns. You will never be the tribal chief. And if you ever forget that, Roman Reigns will be right there to remind you.
The question now, and this is the question burning through every WWE creative meeting right now, is how does Jacob Fatu respond? Because here's the thing about men like Jacob Fatu, men who were born into this business, men who have bled for this business their entire lives, who watched their family carry the weight of this industry on their backs for decades. Men like that do not simply accept being called somebody's dog. Not forever. That word, that specific word plants a seed. And seeds grow in the dark, quietly, slowly, until one day the roots crack through the concrete and you cannot stop what's coming no matter how hard you try. Roman Reigns may have just made the biggest mistake of his return. Think about what we have seen from Jacob Fatu since he arrived. The man is not a soldier who follows orders out of loyalty. He is a predator who has been temporarily aligned with a stronger predator. And Roman Reigns, for all of his brilliance, for all of his political genius inside and outside that ring, may have just poked the most dangerous animal in the entire yard. Because when Jacob Fatu decides that he has had enough, and he will decide that, it is only a matter of when, the bloodline will never be the same again. And what about Zilla Fatu? Because we cannot talk about this situation without acknowledging that Zilla Fatu has been watching every single moment of this. He is younger. He is hungry. He is fiercely protective of his family. And if Roman Reigns is treating Jacob Fatu like a dog, what does Zilla make of that? Does he accept it? Does he fall in line? Or does he become the match that lights the fuse on a bloodline civil war that makes the solo Sakoa chapter look like a minor disagreement? Jacob Fatu's father is a legendary wrestling figure. Can you name him and the famous tag team he was part of? First correct answer in the comments wins eternal bragging rights. Let's talk about Solo Sakoa for a moment, because Solo's position in all of this is absolutely fascinating. Solo went to war against Roman Reigns. He built his own bloodline. He crowned himself the tribal chief, and he lost. Roman came back, acknowledged him post-clash in Italy, and Solo, whether out of genuine respect, strategic surrender, or something far more complicated, fell back in line. But Solo Sakoa has tasted power now. He has felt what it is like to sit at that head of the table, to make the calls, to be the one that everybody answers to. You cannot unring that bell. You cannot make a man forget what it felt like to be in charge just by walking back into the room with your chest out.
So now you have Solo, a man who knows what power tastes like, watching Roman publicly humiliate Jacob Fatu. And what does Solo do with that? Does he use it? Does he whisper in Fatu's ear late at night, remind him of what they built together, plant seeds of rebellion? Or does Solo genuinely believe in Roman's leadership and enforce it alongside him? These are the dynamics that make this bloodline storyline the single most compelling narrative in professional wrestling right now. And the fact that Roman Reigns just lit a powder keg by calling Jacob Fatu his dog means that we are nowhere near the end of this story. We are, in fact, just getting to the part where everything gets truly dangerous. Now, here is what I believe is coming, and you heard it here first on Backstage Wrestling News. Jacob Fatu is going to play the loyal soldier for a period of time. He is going to do what Roman says. He is going to follow orders. He is going to stand in that corner and watch Roman rebuild his empire. But he is going to be watching with those eyes. Those cold, calculating, patient eyes that miss nothing. And when Roman Reigns is most comfortable, when the tribal chief believes the bloodline is fully under his control again, that is when Jacob Fatu strikes. Not because he was told to, because he decided to. And on that day, everything Roman Reigns has rebuilt since his return will be in jeopardy. Because Jacob Fatu is not Solo Sakoa. He is not operating from a place of wounded pride trying to prove himself to a family that overlooked him. Jacob Fatu is something entirely different. He is someone who has already proven himself to the entire world, who has nothing left to demonstrate to anyone, and who now has a debt to collect. Roman Reigns called him a dog. Dogs bite. And when Jacob Fatu finally decides he has sat still long enough, Roman Reigns is going to find out exactly what kind of animal he has been keeping on a leash. Because when that leash breaks, there will not be a cage big enough to hold what comes next. Drop in the comments right now. Do you think Jacob Fatu stays loyal to Roman Reigns, or is a massive bloodline betrayal coming? And make sure you share this video, because this is the conversation that the entire WWE fanbase needs to be having right now. Stay locked into Backstage Wrestling News, because this story is only just beginning.